Okay, today we got Selesnya Tokens. I don't know what it was. I woke up today. This is what I felt like doing. We have all the cards that synergize super well on the 3-drop slot, and then everything before that is just like synergizes, but not as well. It's not really making tokens. Gala Greeters ramps us and gains us life when we need it. Uh, Pegasus draws us cards pretty reliably, I think. The Intrepid Adversary is good. It it's gonna buff the whole board once we're wide enough. And the whole concept here is by turn 3 or 4 to be relatively wide, and then drop a Rabble Rousing, and then from then on just attack every single turn and just make your board ridiculous. Clay Champion, pretty nice addition from Brothers War to this deck. Looks like it's the only Brothers War card I put in here. Oh no, I got one copy of Tocasia's Welcome as well, which is more card draw. And yeah, one little synergy that's pretty nice is the Veteran. If you have one of these Veterans out with a Rabble Rousing and you're almost dead, you attack with like all of your creatures, 6, 7 creatures. You make 7 tokens, gain 7 life, and then you're not dead even though you swung out. You don't have to worry about leaving yourself defenseless because Rabble Rousing always keeps you defended. So that's it for the intro. Let's see if this deck can pop off. Selesnya Tokens. Let's do it. Opponent getting close to diamond really wants this win. Not gonna give it to him. Four lands is a bit heavy on lands for this deck. But I do have 2 4-drops, so once we get there, they're really good 4-drops. Like, so much value from these guys. I'm only playing 2 of in the deck, and I got them both in hand. Pretty good draws so far for me. Wedding announcement in Adeline. Opponent on the Mardu. Probably the Mardu Angels deck that's incredibly popular right now. This deck kind of came out of nowhere. It was like no one was playing it, and then one streamer was playing it, and then 10 streamers were playing it, and then 85% of the Mtga community were playing it. I will not play the most meta deck. I don't care. I don't do it ever. The worst time for me in Mtga history was when Narset, part of Veils, was in like 3 extremely common control decks, and everyone just played it all the time. And I would forget about the you can't draw more than 1 card per turn trigger. Oh god, those were the worst days. We don't have any attacks here, but we're in an okay shape as long as opponent doesn't drop a flying bomb. Clay Champion is going to buff the squad, and then next turn we'll have attacks. But of course the Harvester can just kill the Adeline right now. Yeah, it's a good move. Doesn't even have to. Opponent living the dream. Tapping out perfectly every turn for good rares. Rares, these are all uncommons, they're just good. I could Clay Champion now and have a 5/5, which is important because if I cast anything smaller, the Harvester blocks, or the just taps and sacks and kills it, because it could kill something for 4. So if I play either of these, they just die. The Clay Champion puts a 1/1 counter on one thing, or sorry, on each of up to 2 things. Oh, I tapped. Oh my god, I didn't even realize I paid 4 green for it, so he's an 8/8. That's awesome. Can you tell it's like the first time I've cast this card? First I tried to cast it for 8 mana when I had 4. Then I just auto-tapped it and it came in with 3 more counters than I thought it would. And I was like, whoa, that's cool. Hmm. Yeah, see? Where's your Messiah now? Interesting choice by opponent to swing out and not leave anything back. I'm definitely not topping the Clay Champion because of the possibility of the Wandering Emperor. I love these lands. They look great, but they also terrify me when I can't tell if they're white or not. Like, this looks white, but then it's not. And then this kind of looks black-blue, but it's white. Well, for the Mardu Angels deck, there seems to be a big lack of Angels going on in opponent's board. That was a huge turnaround. I felt like I was under a ton of pressure, and then all of a sudden I cast a Clay Champion that I thought was going to be a 5/5, ended up being an 8/8, and the board state just completely flipped. Good game. Now I'm sad whenever I don't see Clay Champions in my opening hand. After last game, I'm like, this is the best card ever. Maybe I'll start making all of my videos with Clay Champions and title them Abusing the Best Card in Standard. No, I still think Kiki Jiki's better. Aw, drew these backwards. Go Gala Greeters, and then next turn we could play 2 creatures. Against mono white, if he doesn't kill my thing, I think I'll just start gaining life. Gaining life as a priority. Then again, growing my creatures so they could block is probably good too. In any case, we play the veteran first, so that when I play the next creature, we get 2 enter the battlefield triggers. I know I wanted the life for sure. Now I don't know if I want to make it 1 bigger or have a tapped treasure token. I think it'll be the mana so that I could Wandering Emperor. It's got to be a Wandering Emperor for 5 because of the Thalia. Cathar takes away the adversary, probably? No, okay. It's good, we got a blocker this turn. If he took the adversary, it was a more aggressive line, because he could swing out with all and be pretty comfortable. I could go like this. He's good to get off the play first, because he makes all his other soldiers make 1/1s. But I do also want to keep the veteran. Keeping veteran good. Lunarch Veteran gaining me life. He's gaining me 1 so far. Yeah, it's got to be like this, because if I block the frontliner, he gets a 1/1 soldier token. We don't want that. It sucks that he flipped, but there's no way around it. I didn't have any mana to spend to prevent nightfall. The second copy of Brutal Cathar, but it's night. I'll give the opponent oops. He's mad. Okay. First thing first. How much mana do I need to kill the Thalia? So mana value is 2, so I need 3 mana. So I could spend 2 mana, and then it'll cost 1 more. Wait. No, okay, I need 4 mana total, right? 1 white and X for 3. Because it costs 1 more. So that sucks. In that case, I think I'll just go wide on the board. Oh wait, I make a... No, it's tapped treasure token. Let's gain some life. Alright. We're hanging in there. We are hanging in there. Oh man, I'm so bad at the game. I double spelled for opponent. First I caused the nightfall, then I caused the day to come. I love coffee. What's the most relatable thing you could say on average? Probably, I love coffee. Everyone's like, oh yeah, me too. Kind of want to just save the Wandering Emperor and then -2 it next turn. Seems good. Okay. We -2 that. Then, this is the biggest brain play. Yet, exile the Brutal Cathar. If I don't do it now, it goes to night and I gotta take 3 extra damage. But if I do it mid-combat, it's gonna cost me a total of 4 mana. His CMC is 3. And then when it enters the battlefield, I can put 1 counter on it. So it's not worth it. If I could put 2 counters on it, and he was 3 toughness, I would do it mid-combat, so that Guardian of Benelia would just die to him and my guy would live. But that's not what would happen here. I don't have enough mana. So I may as well do it now and not take 3 life from the ward. So there was a long moment in the game after I cast March of Otherworldly Light on enemy's Brutal Cathar, where he roped me, and he just continued to rope me for the entire duration of his rope. So I cut that part of the video, but I cast that and he decided it wasn't worth it and scooped him up. So this deck is susceptible to 1 card more than any other. And previously, the worst one was Meathook Massacre. But now it's gotta be Path to Peril. The one that has Cleave, it's like a board wipe. But then it's CMC 2 or less if you don't pay the extra cost. So here I'll keep, and I don't have anything that gasses me up and gives me extra land or extra card draw. So I'll keep the welcome here. If I had a wedding invitation, I'd keep that instead. You play the tap land first, or the land that cares about 2 or more. You don't care that it comes in tapped. You need the white source for your turn 2, potentially. Okay. If I draw another creature, I'll play Torens. If I don't draw a creature, I'll play the Welcome. Pretty unfortunate. Oh, I gotta slow play and do the Welcome here. I gotta have a bit of card draw. I don't want to leave myself on no cards in hand, no ways to draw cards. Opponent playing a combo deck. He's gonna pay 5 mana as soon as he can to cheat something into play. This is why I like Graveyard Hate so much in the main board, because you get matched up against decks like these fairly often. If opponent's on the Dream, next turn, he's going to pay 5 mana and just bring back Portal to Phyrexia. Draw a card from that. Kill that. Oh, good luck, opponent. If you have it, you have it. And if you don't, lucky me. He doesn't have it. He's digging. So I just get rid of the thing that draws me cards. Well, it drew me 1. Cost him a removal spell. Not too upset with that result. This makes a 1/1 with training, and then I attack to get my extra 1/1. Hopefully he chumps the 1/1 and doesn't trade with the Torn, but he might not want to trade with the Torn because he values his reflections, as he should. But he decides that slowing me down is more important. He's probably right. The only way he loses this game is if I kill him before he draws his combo piece. And he's just missing 1 card now. His combo is essentially set up. He discarded what he wants to reanimate. There it is. I don't even know this card. You may play lands, cast spells. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a spell from your hand or the top of the library without paying its cost. Okay. So it's actually not that good. What? That's what was on top of his library? Really? So now twice per turn he gets to cast something for free? Okay, let's through 1 land. What's next? Okay. If I am to win, I gotta hit like a Rabble Rousing. Or does anything else even do it? I guess if I hit an untapped land, I could Clay Champion for 6. Bad attack by opponent. Don't think he should ever do that. Tempted to kill his token here. So the reason for this is, if I don't, he's got a blocker, a chump blocker. Oh man, it would be a tapped land. It really had to be untapped to be good. Sorry, hang on. Let me explain my last thought process. If I let him get his combo off and get Portal to Phyrexia back, or, you know, play a bunch of cards, Titan of Industry, anything like that, it's too late, I've lost. So I have to play aggressive and just kill the token. So, X for 0. Double it up. So he comes in as a 5/5. He puts a counter on 2 things. Attack with both. Opponent's life total is under pressure, but I'm not feeling very confident right now. He's getting to dig deep. He gets to cast 2 things for free. He's got 7 mana. Scary day. Yeah, there it is. I get to keep a thing. It'll be the Adeline. But he gets 1 thing. This is a ridiculously hard match for me to try, but hey. If you don't try, what's the point of playing? Oh! I was just in the middle of my inspirational speech, and you smashed me with a 2 portals to New Phyrexia on 1 turn, and then we draw the Rabble Rousing 1 turn too late. Good game, opponent. These things happen, but that was a really funny turn of events, just mid inspirational speech. Never give up. There's hope. We could draw out of this second portal to New Phyrexia scoop. This hand looks fine. 4 mana is a bit more than you want, but we do want to cast Rabble Rousings. I think that the mono white, mono red matchup is one of the best for us. We want to just not die early, gain a bit of life, and then we go wider than them. Plus making a bunch of 1/1s, they just typically trade good with soldiers. We do all the things they hate. They hate to see us gain life. So, we definitely Adeline. And then I think what we do is we put a counter on him so that he can attack. And then when he attacks, it makes a token, and we gain 2 life. There's too much value to be gained from the Gala Greeters, so we don't want to chump with them just yet. Or chump, I mean trade. That's fine. Keeping Adeline alive is really important here, because she's the reason that he can't attack with those 2 other creatures. That's good. Definitely an argument for casting the adversary with an extra 2 mana. But I think I'll wait till next turn to do it, and then my board state will be really, really strong. Get to do it all here, so it doesn't matter which ones I pick. When Adeline attacks, it'll trigger. This guy becomes a 3/3. So I don't think I will attack with him. And he'll have to double block the Adeline, and attacking with her makes 2 1/1s as well as 2 triggers from the Gala Greeters, so of course I have to attack here. This is an interesting interaction that I'm not positive is intended. The token that Queen made from the Adeline making a token is also attacking. Right, because this says, whenever you attack, for each opponent, create a 1/1 human that's tapped and attacking. I get to kill them both. So, then, the Queen just says, if one or more creature tokens would be created under your control, those tokens +1 are made instead. So instead of just making one soldier, it made an additional citizen token, or no, an additional 1/1 soldier token. But I don't think it should be tapped and attacking. Curious interaction. Okay, and now that we have the treasure from last turn, we do this. We grow him. Auto-pay. And now look at that. Now we got 6/6s. Not really time to get aggressive though. Maybe I could afford to attack with 1 if I have 3 creatures back. Worst case, I have to chump and trade a little bit next turn. It might be really wrong to attack here, but I don't. I'm not just uncertain. Like if he plays a land in Brutal Cathar as my Intrepid Adversary, yes, I regret attacking. But we win, so don't overthink it. Just turn your creatures sideways. No, just kidding. Always think. Oof. Bad. Oh man, what are the odds of that? Someone do the math. I'm not mulling a 5 on a somewhat playable hand, so I don't love keeping it, but you gotta make do. Who knows, maybe deck will just draw us into everything we want. It sucks. It's a tapped land. Offer the trade with opponent. Doesn't go for it. I don't want to block his Naturalist because I want card draws from my own Wedding Invitation, which means I need 2 creatures to attack. So I offer him to trade with me. Okay. Well, opponent, living the dream. That was a good draw. Man. All the removal. Sheesh. Guess I lose a 1/1 to block 6 damage here. I attack with both, I just want a card draw. Right? Yeah. Now opponent's gonna make something big next turn and hit me with a lot of damage. But I think I still Torens? No, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I should hold up the Wandering Emperor and then hopefully double spell next turn with Torens and Intrepid. Get a Torens trigger right away. Target the Naturalist, please. Thank you. I want to kill that a lot more than the token. But if the token's huge, then I have to kill that.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me. This is what you get for hurting my people.
Selesnya versus Selesnya. Whose deck is better? Spoiler alert. Obviously the enchantments one. We'll get the Torens down. Next turn would be a fine turn to draw a land and drop Rabble Rousing. We block with our smallest creature. Okay. Really stuck on 4 lands here. It's really painful. But it is what it is. I could cast Gala Greeters into Intrepid Adversary. This triggers twice that way. I'll do that. This makes a 1/1. This makes another 1/1, and I'll make a treasure token since I'm really struggling for mana. That was a good line. Oh yeah, I get to do this too. We'll grow him. Not too worried about 15 life. And we'll grow this human. We want one big creature to train our other creatures eventually. We're not really in a position to swing out yet. We'll block with a 2/2. Could trade, I mean, make his board smaller. But no, we want as many creatures as we can for when we drop Rabble Rousing. Rabble Rousing's exponential, right? It doubles every turn. So the more you attack with the first time, the more out of hand it becomes. Before I make a decision on the Wandering Emperor, I'll see what I hit here. Another Torens. Well, legendary rule, so not many options. If I attack with 5 creatures, I'm gonna lose at least one of them to a bad block, probably Torens. But it's fine, right? It's fine. This once you get Rabble Rousing down, this deck changes completely. Then you just start swinging out at will. So I'll plus this human because I think it's the less likely to die.
We've got the edge in this fight.
If I give it to the adversary, then he blocks that, which he's going to block and trade with anyways. Okay. Doesn't want me to gain any life, that's fine. So I got my attack triggers. Gain 2. Token. Put a counter. Yeah, Torens is a good choice for him there. The Gala Greeters is also a good choice. Oh, he doesn't even double block it. Opponent goes to 5. Scoops it up. Alright. That was a really strong deck we just beat there. And he was doing his thing pretty well. That's fun. That's really good. Well, you guys saw those combos popping off. Gala Greeter triggers like crazy. Rabble Rousing. This card is sick. Well, I think that'll conclude this video. Thank you very much for watching. Glad that it popped off a little bit. Let me know what you think. Cheers.